When the going gets tough, the tough get going. A phrase that exemplifies Rahkola's style of long-distance running for the Gustavus cross-country and track and field teams in the mid-1990s.
So it would have been the state meet, 1992 or 3. I was there, looking at all the athletes in the state meet, but principally Dimitri Draconia, who was a senior from St. Cloud Apollo. I knew was coming to Gustavus Adolphus, and he was running the 2 mile, as was Rauha. And I probably knew of Rauha from statistics and tracking times, but I hadn't ever seen him run until that meet. And obviously I was watching Dimitri, but my eyes were drawn to this tall, loping, strided, blonde-haired kid from White Bear Lake, and wonder what schools he's looking at.
Rahkola's long, loping strides and ability to bear down during the final stretch of distant races allowed him to become one of the finest runners Gustavus has ever produced.
He was a really quiet person, just in like social settings, sort of before practice, after practice, retiring, you'd almost say. But sort of once the run started, once the race started, he had a stubborn streak. He, in a good way, but he was focused. He had goals. He had a mind about what he wanted to accomplish in races and practices, and as a coach, that's something you sort of perk your eyes up about. So he was a friendly, supportive teammate, but there was an iron in his spine.
In the fall, Rahkola was a 3-time All-Conference and 2-time All-Region performer. In 1995, he turned in one of the finest individual performances in program history when he finished 19th at the NCAA Championships in a time of 24:52. His 19th place finish made him the second Gustavus cross-country runner to earn All-America honors, and his time of 24:52 is the third fastest time in program history.
Yeah, it was quite heartening to see him finish 19th, be an All-American. That's rare air for a distance runner, and it was great to see him, after the success he'd had as an MIC runner, to have it pay off for him at the national meet.
In the spring, Rahkola earned all-conference honors 5 times while competing in the 1,000-meter, 1,500-meter, 2-mile, and 5,000-meter races. In 1994, Rahkola set the school record in the 5,000-meter with a time of 14:44:23, and in 1996, he set the program record in the 1,500-meter at 3:54:55. Both marks still stand today.
Yeah, I think Rauha, the 5K, 1,500, his wheelhouse, his strike zone was right in with those events, and it's not surprising that he set school records in both those events. Yeah, that toughness that carries over in cross country certainly was a strength for him on the track.
After graduating from Gustavus in 1997 with degrees in physics and math, Rahkola earned his doctorate in experimental physics from the University of Oregon in 2006. He served as an adjunct professor of calculus, physics, and astronomy at various institutions around the Portland metro area before becoming a senior software engineer for Nike in Beaverton, Oregon. Rauha and his wife Sarah McCormick, 1998 grad, live in Newberg, Oregon with their 3 children, Thomas, James, and Miriam.
Monday was our typical long run day, and we did a run through Kasota, and then it was like a big square on the Kasota Prairie, and we kind of gotten strung out. And I remember I was running with Dimitri Draconia, and we looked back and saw some animals running with the guys who were strung out behind us, and are those dogs? They don't really look like dogs. I think they might be goats. Sure enough, that's what they turned out to be. The goats went from, I think, down the road running with Doug Cowles and Alec Walker, leaving Doug and Alec behind, catching up to Rauha. Rauha's claim to fame is they didn't leave him behind. He held them off, and the goats followed us all the way into Kasota, and then we realized we probably need to tell somebody that there are these goats on the loose, and we did, and I guess I don't know how the story actually ends, hopefully well for the goats, but Rauha was caught by the goats, but not passed.